Graph 2.5, page number 45, is a graph of vapor pressure as a y coordinate and mole fraction as a x coordinate. What graph we are looking at is a Rolle's law graph where solute does not produces any vapors. That means it is a non-volatile solute. What is the formula which is applicable when the solute is non-volatile? It is P x1 p1 naught. If you know the original formula is P is equal to P1 plus P2. We know 2 is a symbol for solute and solute is non-volatile. Therefore, P is equal to P1, where P1 stands for partial vapor pressure of solvent. And we know partial vapor pressure of any component is given by the formula x1 multiplied by its vapor pressure in pure form. Therefore, the formula is P equal to x1 P1 naught. So, if you check, what does the P stand for? Vapor pressure of solution, which is our y coordinate in this case. What does x1 stands for? That's mole fraction of the solvent. In this case, our y coordinate is x1. And what does P1 naught stands for? It is vapor pressure of pure solvent. Which, if you want to see in the graph from here to here, it is P1 naught. So what type of a graph do you get between P versus x1? It's a straight line passing through origin, where slope of that line is how much? Slope of that line is P1 naught. So slope of this line, remember, is P1 naught. If you take case 1, if you check this, which is at origin, x1 is 0. If you put x1 as 0 in this formula, what will be the value of P? Will be 0 only. That means when you say x1 is 0, you are saying there is no solvent. You all should be aware only solvent is responsible for vapors, because solute is already non-volatile. Only solvent is responsible for vapors, but in this case even solvent is absent. Solute is already non-volatile. Therefore, vapor pressure of solution will come out to be 0. So this is what is the point that you will get it, shown by a red dot. No solvent, no vapors, as solute is already non-volatile. Case 2, if you take x1 as 1, if you put x1 as 1 in this case, P will be equal to P1 naught. What do you mean by that? Vapor pressure of solution will be same as vapor pressure of pure solvent. Naturally, it has to be, because x1 is 1, the entire solution is made up of solvent only. If the entire solution is made up of solvent, it is a solvent, and solvent will have same vapor pressure as that of the solution, and this point is shown by the red color dot here, and that one value is P1 naught. In this case, x1 value is what? 1. x1 value is 1. Case 3, if you check, that's what we get. Case 3, if you check, no solute solution will have only vapors due to solvent. Case 3, when x1 is not 1, that means you are not having only solvent, and x1 is not 0, that means solvent is not absent also. So solvent is also present, solute is also present. Solvent is also present, solute is also present, that means it is solution. In that case, the value will lie between the two red colored dots. So this can be one of the point for a solution. That means vapor pressure of a solution will be here and will be less than P1 naught. Or you can have this point also, because this also lies between x1 0 to x1 1, or you can have this as a point, or you can have this as a point. Are you understanding it? All this stands for vapor pressure of solution. What does that mean? Vapor pressure of a solution will be always less than P1 naught. Vapor pressure of solution will be always less than P1 naught. So conclusion which is there in this chapter is vapor pressure of a solution is always less than the vapor pressure of the solvent. If you think also, right, you can get this answer if there is only solvent. Imagine there is only water. then the vapor pressure only will be due to water. But now imagine to that water you add glucose. So to that water you have added glucose. If you have added glucose, there will be some glucose molecules on the surface. So molecules on the surface will be some glucose, remaining will be water molecules. But the water molecules available in this case will be lesser than water molecule available in this case. If water molecule in this case is less than what is there in this case, there will be lesser vapors due to water, because less molecules on the surface here of water. If less molecules of the surface of water, so less vapors due to water. So vapors will be less. So vapors produced by solution will be always less than the vapors produced by solvent, because glucose molecule will also occupy the surface.